Marketing is everything that gets done to bring the right kind of prospective new clients to the right place at the right time, in the right quantity, in the right frame of mind.
While RJon was away, Team RJon came to play. Well, the cat's out of the bag now, folks, but we're still here bringing you our favorite and most importantly, actionable insights to RJon's newest book, Profit First for Lawyers. We're going to help you accelerate your law firm's growth so that you can experience more profit in every aspect of your life. We're also going to be providing some behind-the-scenes footage at what it's really like to work with RJon Robins. So, put your BS aside for the next few minutes and put yourself, your family, your firm, and your profit first. Welcome back to another episode of the Profit First for Lawyers podcast. Do you love the new intro? I do. If you're feeling a little out of the loop, then you might have missed our last episode where we showed what happened when we revealed our stealth launch to RJon. I really highly recommend that you go check that one out. It's a lot of fun. Team RJon is celebrating today because we hit number 1 on Amazon's new and noteworthy list. So thank you so much for everybody who's pre-ordered so far. Today is part 1 of the 7-part series that we're introducing. And we're speaking about the chapter that was the absolute bane of my existence and is also my very favorite chapter in this whole dang book. The first clip that I'm going to play for you today is from the beginning of chapter 5 in the audiobook. And after we play this clip, I'm going to spill some piping hot tea about what was actually going on behind the scenes here. And this is honestly, it's too much tea for a single episode. We'd be here forever. So we're going to need all 7 of these parts to tell the whole story. But for now, here's RJon.
Chapter 5, the 7 main parts of every successful law firm, which are also the 7 main parts of every law firm that's struggling and quietly ruining the lives of the lawyers who own them. Now, if you're listening to this audiobook and also reading along in the regular book, this chapter is going to be a little bit different. Call this a special bonus chapter because we tried reading the chapter that's in the book and it just didn't work. We've been trying to read this chapter for 4 days here in the studio and it just wasn't translating. So we decided I would just talk it through with you, unscripted, a cappella. This is where someone should have their hands on those bongo drums. Maybe you should have the bongo drums available.
Just keep them ready.
So I'm going to talk this through. And if you read the book, it's the same material, it's the same information. It just didn't work very well when we tried to read it straight. But the business of the law firm is very simple. You have to market, you have to sell, you have to produce, you have to deliver, you have to get paid for. There's only 7 main parts of every successful law firm. There's also only 7 main parts of every struggling law firm. Now, I'm not saying this is how it should be. I am not prescribing this. I am not telling you this is how it should be. I am not telling you this is how I want it to be. I am not prescribing this for you. This is not a prescription. This is an observation. This is all I've been studying and doing and working on pretty much since 1999. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of observations with lawyers from all different walks of life, practice areas in every area of the law you can probably imagine. Big firms, small firms, big cities, small cities, right-handed lawyers, left-handed lawyers, you name it. I've been working with law firms and there's only 7 main parts, which is sometimes very frustrating and it really upsets some people because they want it to be more complicated because it gives them a reason, it gives them an excuse for why they can't get it all together and have more success with their business. On the other hand, if you're more entrepreneurially mature and a little more emotionally healthy, or a lot more emotionally healthy, this is actually very liberating when you realize there's just 7 main parts. So we're going to go through these 7 main parts one by one with a little explanation.
Woo boy, RJon is so diplomatic, isn't he? Okay, you ready for tea time with Karli? I first need to give you a little bit of background on this. So let me take you way back to a week in April 2023, when I had a really serious talking to with RJon about a major hole in his book, Profit First for Lawyers. So I had recently been given the reins on this project. And as a brand new member of Team RJon myself, I was determined to be perfect. So I spent hours reading the unedited manuscript before my meeting with RJon, where we were going to polish the book before it went to the publisher. And I was so nervous. But I had noticed this glaring hole in the book that really needed RJon's attention. So in an earlier version of the manuscript, an entire chapter had been deleted. And the book really needed that chapter to work. So I brought up the issue with RJon, and he agreed sight unseen. So I put the deleted chapter back in. This was my first mistake. As I'm sure you can imagine, it did not go well. So I'm going to leave the story here for today, just so we can get onto the lesson for this episode. But be sure to stay tuned in episode 11, where the story will continue. And I promise you, the tea is hot. Okay, switching some gears. So chapter 5, this is where RJon explains what the 7 main parts of a law firm are and how to get them in alignment so that they can work for you. So here is RJon explaining how part 1, marketing, can work for you. Let's roll the clip.
Marketing is everything that gets done. Notice I said everything that gets done. It doesn't have to be done by you, the owner. Marketing is everything that gets done to bring the right kind of prospective new clients to the right place at the right time in the right quantity in the right frame of mind. Marketing should not only be used as a magnet to attract the right kind of clients to you, it should also be used as a magnet to repel the wrong kind of clients from you, to protect you, to protect your staff, and hey, let's have a little respect for the prospective client who you ought to know isn't the right kind of prospective client for your firm, or maybe they're a wonderful person, but they just don't have the right kind of case. Let's not waste their time. Let's not waste your staff's time. Let's not waste your time, your money, your resources. Let's tell them with our marketing, this is not the right firm for you. So marketing is everything that gets done to attract the right kind of prospective new clients to your firm. That means you have to have a clear understanding of who the right kind of clients are. You need to have a good client avatar.
That was a good one, right? Okay, that's what I have for you today, folks. Thanks again for watching. And stay tuned in episode 11 to get part 2 and for more tea time with Karli. Why episode 11 and not episode 10? Well, because next time we're introducing you to our fearless leader here on Team RJon. We're talking to Delisi Friday, and you are not going to want to miss this one. Thanks again for watching. And thank you for joining us on another episode of Profit First for Lawyers. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, tell a friend. And buy your copy of the book at profitfirstforlawyers.com. Your future self will thank you for it. And we will see you next time.